Welcome to JSA TV, where we're covering the latest news, trends, and innovations from thought leaders from within the digital infrastructure industry. I am Dean Perrine, and we are coming at you live. That's right, gentlemen. We are live at PTC 2026 in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii. And the two gentlemen to my right are Mr. Peter Huang. Peter is the global president for data center and thermal management for Castrol. And Mr. Vats, he is the president and CEO for ECS Castrol. Gentlemen, welcome to JSA TV.
Thank you, Dean.
So, guys, we're going to jump right into it. It is a well-known fact that data centers are hot, and they're only getting hotter as the densities are increasing due to AI and machine learning, etc. How is it that you are helping the data center industry manage the kind of thermal challenges that they are currently having? Peter, what's up?
Definitely, Dean. I think for data centers in general, as rack density is reaching above 100 kilowatts per rack, now it's 200, and we're talking about 600 kilowatts in a couple years' time.
Yeah.
Liquid cooling is the only option. It's not even a choice anymore. People have to go with that. For the past 30 years, we were always in this industry. Air cooling was always enough,
Yeah.
right? But I think for the past 2 years, liquid cooling has really took a really mega trend in our industry. And we're talking about the new designs in NVIDIA's NVL72, NVL144. You will see that liquid cooling plays a key role in all the cooling system designs. It's going to eliminate about 40% of the OPEX that we see. So it's definitely going to save end users, operators, a lot of energy. However, there's a lot of challenges that comes with that. First is the services. How do you really service the whole system? Because the actual fluid is touching all the materials,
Yeah.
even the expensive chips, right? That's the first thing. Second is actually you're introducing biological formulations, bacterial corrosions, material compatibility into the system of already complicated mechanical system.
Yeah.
So to us, it possesses both challenges and opportunities. Thoughts?
Sure. Thank you, Dean, for having us here.
Of course, Vats.
And
My pleasure.
I fully agree with what Peter said. That I think it's also very important that is this reliable, right? You're moving towards from air cooling to liquid cooling, which is the future. Air cooling is pretty much, I wouldn't want to say dead, but it's just done. Look at the power density, what Peter said, right?
Yeah.
And for the data center, for the highest reliable operations, it makes sure that it's fully engineered correct, right? Fully tested correct. So we are trying to make sure we help our customer, we help the industry, fully tested, validated solutions going in there, right? In a very nice simulated testbed environment. So I think couldn't disagree with that. The way the loads are going up, we may end up like, all right, 600 is not enough here right now.
I feel like that's going to come sooner rather than later. But guys, is liquid cooling? Sorry, we don't.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna. We're
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah.
talk because I've
Yeah.
got some questions for you.
Yeah.
Are all liquid cooling solutions the same?
No, definitely no.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, there are tons of different solutions, tons of different technical breakthroughs, Dean. But the mainstream right now are two. First is direct-to-chip cooling. That's the mainstream, which is all the NVIDIA specs, all the server OEMs, all the large players. They are adopting that solution. We also see there's immersion cooling, which is literally the servers dip into the bathtub like a tank.
It blows my mind to think about that.
So that is another one. But then there's also two-phase, which is actually the liquid evaporates into air. So they actually change phases, right? But I want to go back to DLC, which is very important because that's the mass deployment right now. For the next 2 to 3 years to 5 years, that's all we see is the DLC direct-to-chip, liquid cooling deployments. Important thing I want to mention, I'll leave it to Vats later, is supply chain. Having a strong supply chain right now in this world, deploying data center at speed
Yeah.
is critical.
Yeah.
Not only you have to deploy in speed, but you also need to have validated solutions. And it's an ecosystem, Dean.
Yeah.
No one company can do it. So you have to you have to interact with your OEMs, you have to interact with your vendors, you have to have system integrators ready to service. The operator need to know how to do operation and maintenance. It's the whole ecosystem play here. But
Thank you, Peter. Right. I couldn't disagree that. And then what ecosystem brings is, all right, I get all those thought leaders, champions in one room, right? But going back to this liquid cooling and to my thing is, it's all about reliability. The PG25, for example, the PG25, the liquid coolant I'll be using, is it the high quality? Is it the one which is the least corrosion, right? It is the one that's kind of making sure that it absorbing all the heat required, right? There is does it got enough dielectric strength? So it's all about when you talk reliability, it goes back to the tag to the quality, right? And I'm glad that we are able to help the industries providing all those high quality products, engineering solution, consulting solutions. I think it's required right now.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that consulting piece of this,
Yeah.
because I'm certain that your customers have maybe more questions than they
Yes.
have answers going
Yes.
into this. So how is it that you are all like helping these operators understand exactly what it is that they need, why they need it, when they can get it, those kinds of things?
Yep.
Roger, you want to go
I
first?
can take on that. Let me start this. This is new, Dean, right? This was never there before.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody asked me, I need a power transformer, they're from last 100 years, right? This is brand new stuff. So I think it's more collaborative, joint thought leadership, understanding users' need assessment, what they're trying to accomplish there, because there's a different solutions in different pockets, but they may not be the relevant, and that's where companies that's got so much consulting experience comes into the play. We have tested this, let's say tin material or liquid cool or dual phase method. We can tell you this is going to work for your problem statement right there, right? And so consulting is the first and foremost important piece. Understanding you're building a hyperscaler or you're building a modular solution.
Yeah.
Your thermal needs going to change, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you need, as his point, you need a DLC. You need two phase cooling. It's going to change. So I guess. First step, if I were the data center operator, I'll make sure I have a right consultant on my side, understanding my needs, and let me know what I needed.
Something I want to add is, Dean, people typically in this industry is very risk averse, right? I think you would agree.
No, I was just going to say, if your solution doesn't come with some risk mitigation,
Yes.
That you probably aren't going to get much airtime there.
So you're like, you have a dilemma. You want a proven solution.
Yeah.
You want something that is working, that's proven, but this liquid cooling is so new.
Yeah.
What do we do here? So for us to really encourage our customers to build that confidence, we're putting a lot of efforts and investments into building proof of concepts. We have labs across the world with ECS, with our different partners, to make sure the solution is proven, ready, warranted is a very key word. Warranted.
Yeah.
Warranted by the chip manufacturers, because that's the most important component, right? That is very key to gain the confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, not funny, but like you guys are hitting on so many points, even beyond what it is that, even beyond thermal management. When you're talking about supply chain and all of these, like kind of permutations or the unique requirements of each of your customers requires a highly consultative kind of approach, because not all implementations are the same.
Yes, that's correct. Because everything, there's a design in Norway versus a design in India.
Yeah.
You see, that's very different, right? So I think for us is really have that presence of having the confidence in our customers to trust us. We have different designs capable. We're technology agnostic. We're able to partner with the whole ecosystem to make sure people are feeling, okay, we can choose the design, we can choose that design, and then we can able to scale it. For us, that's the most important.
Yeah, right. And it goes back to another important piece called every country and demographic got different regulations comes in play, right?
Yes.
We should never forget that it's all related to power.
Yeah.
And that's where, because we're working one of the projects, and the last hiccup got, we don't support 50 hertz, we do 60 hertz, right? How about that? So that's why it goes back to the piece. If you want to have a reliable solution, it's very important you define your needs first, right? You test your need first, and the solution that you have, is this properly tested or not, right? If it is, I can deploy that, right? I mean, chip is a chip. I'm just going back. It's generating heat, but there's a lot behind the screen goes to define what exactly thermal solution required. We test this with TTVs, thermal test vehicles. We test with, we also test the coolant as well using various analyzers right now, right? And then all right, this is the right thing. This is going to be the fastest heat recovery method for me. I'm going to use single phase, double phase, or maybe, a direct liquid cooling thing.
Excellent. Gentlemen, that's all the time we have. I feel like I could probably talk to you guys. I've got more questions for you, but maybe we'll save them for next time.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. You bet. And thank you, viewers, for watching JSA TV. We'll see you real soon.